On August 6th and 9th in 1945, United States detonated 2 atomic bombs over the Japanese cities of Hiroshima and Nagasaki. The consequences of it were more than horrific, killing more than 140,000 people in Hiroshima and 74,000 in Nagasaki by the end of 1945. It did not end there. Cancer, side effects of radiation anatomized the survivors. Hi, I'm Trishala and this is Prior in Depth. On August 6, 1945, the uranium bomb detonated over Hiroshima had an explosive yield equal to 15,000 tons of TNT. The explosion ravaged 70% of all buildings in the city. 3 days later, on August 9th, a slightly larger plutonium bomb exploded over Nagasaki. Ground temperature reached 4,000 degrees Celsius after the explosion. Several nukes have been detonated in history to test the prowess of the nukes the countries of the world hold. Today, the power of a country is largely determined by its nuclear strength. On October 30, 1961, the USSR detonated the largest nuclear weapon ever tested, making it the biggest man-made explosion in history. Flashes of the explosion could be seen from nearly 620 miles away. The Zahbomba, also known as Big Ivan, had a yield between 50 and 58 megatons, more than 3,000 times the power of the bomb dropped on Hiroshima. The explosion caused a 5.0 to 5.25 magnitude earthquake in the surrounding region. The data is scary. The researchers said that a nuclear war should never happen. Nuclear firestorm after detonation would release a tremendous amount of sun-blocking soot which would enter our atmosphere. Researchers calculated soot dispersal from 6 war scenarios, 5 smaller India-Pakistan wars and a large US-Russia war based on the size of the nuclear arsenal of each country. So what happens then? Researchers used a community Earth system model, a climate forecasting tool supported by the National Center for Atmospheric Research (NCAR). This way, the researchers could estimate productivity of major crops, maize, rice, spring wheat and soybean on a country-by-country basis. The researchers also examined projected changes to livestock pasture and in global marine fisheries. The findings are shocking. Even under the smallest nuclear war scenario, if a localized war between India and Pakistan happens, it would cause a decrease in global average caloric production by 7% within 5 years of the conflict. In the largest war scenario, however, about 90% of global average caloric production would decrease after 3 to 4 years of the war. The mid-high latitude nations, including major exporting countries such as Russia and the US, would suffer most crop decline. However, it does not end there. Import-independent countries in Africa and the Middle East could have indirect impact due to the export restriction triggered by the post-war crisis. In 1961, the Food and Agricultural Organization recorded the largest anomaly in the food market. Even a 7% global decline in crop yield would surpass the largest anomaly in history, causing catastrophic disruption in the global food markets. Under the largest war scenario, more than 75% of the people on the planet would be starving within 2 years. Now, how about livestock? Could livestock be the immediate food source aftermath of the war? No, not really. It is nearly impossible to fill the calories lost in the aftermath of the wars. Even reducing food waste seems pretty unrealistic. So what is the solution? Other than preventing future nuclear war is the one and only solution we have, researchers urged nations to listen to science and avoid the apocalyptic catastrophe. In the post-war scenario, the atmosphere will deteriorate, filling it with sun-blocking soot and destroying the ozone layer by the heating of the stratosphere. It would expose the planet's surface with excessive ultraviolet radiation. Tomorrow's nuclear war could be more than several thousand times more powerful than the explosions in Japan in 1945. It would kill billions. The researchers suggest that banning nuclear weapons is the only long-term solution. So, every nation with nuclear weapons should consider the planet's security and safety.